Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bigger Brother Mini Series 2. I'm the executive producer, Adam Michael Kennedy, and your main host. If you don't know me already, that is who I am. This game has been around since 2014. We used to do just one game a year until this year, which is the last year. Throughout the year, this year, we've had these little mini-series games. This is only the second one, and it's actually going to be the last one. We were just trying to stack up our winner bank for the live game, which will be starting in October 2023, called Biggest Brother, where we will take the winners from this game and some of the best social players and throw them into our first ever live game. So that's why we're doing these things. Just so you know, again, what you're playing for. This season turned out to be $250 because we accidentally cast 25 people instead of 24. So you're playing for $250. You're playing for a spot in the final season in December, which is a 2-month game. It's stretched out a little bit longer. You won't be losing somebody every day type thing. That game is for $800. You'll be playing with Reality Stars. And you will also, from winning this game, you will get a spot in the live game. Instantly cast. Of course, we'll be looking at other people as well. So, if you stand out, we think you can hack it in the live game. Don't you worry, you'll be hearing from us no matter what. So that's basically the Bigger Brother history, and just so you kind of know how we're setting up to end this game forever, because after the one in December, then we're done. We're switching to live, and that's it. You'll hear us say all the time, this is a no rules, rule breakers game, and what that means is that you can send screenshots in this game. You can do screen recordings, spy shacking, things like that. Cutting corners in competitions. Basically, when we get to the point in the game where we're doing a lot of competitions, there will be the instructions, and then you can read those instructions and find any kind of loopholes or ask us any questions like, "Hey, can I try this?" or "Hey, can I do this?" The rules, the instructions don't say that I can't do this and I can't do that. How about this? And a lot of times we'll approve of those sort of things. Um, Obviously, you can pregame. You're pregaming right now. We reveal the cast as soon as we get all of the bodies a lot of the time, just so you guys can have an even playing field and get to know each other for at least a week now before the game begins. Um, just to reiterate once again, I am on production. My name is Adam. Then there is Victoria and Curtis and Chase and Ashley and Trisha. There are 6 of us, so you should have 7 people, including yourself, in your DR. We are all official production members. We'll be taking care of competitions and moving the game forward and counting your votes. Also, your vote will only count if you get a thumbs up from us. We usually allow people an amount of time to change their votes if you want to get one in because you think you might not be around to get one later or things like that. But as soon as you see the thumbs up on your vote, that means we counted it and you cannot change it. It doesn't matter if you edit it or whatever. A lot of people are doing a lot of work to fake screenshots in these games, fake thumbs up from us, things like that. So, you may or may not see a lot of that shit kind of going on. Ronnie, Alex, Noah, and Dubs, they are in the living room because they are. Ronnie's a former winner of this game, Ronnie Talbot from Big Brother 11, who has won the sequels, the first big returnee season that we did of this game a couple seasons back. Alex was a finalist in one of our seasons. He's also our graphics guy. Dubs, that's Nick Dubois. He won the second season of this game. He made it very far in the last miniseries. And then there's Noah, who you probably all know. Noah, he is just the mouthpiece of this game and now a very valuable casting director. So we're very thankful for him in casting the majority of you. So you're all here mostly because you know Noah. So those 4 guys can help you with any types of coaching and advice. They can be your subs. And, it's kind of up to them at their leisure. They can pick and choose whether or not they like you, or they can, just do things for you because you asked and you need a able body type thing. So, be vocal with them and any subs that you may have, any family or friends that you add to your chat, subs that you can trust that aren't going to leak things from your DR to other players in the game and completely ruin your game for you. People who are going to be there to do things when they say they are if you can't make it for whatever reason. That's why we have subs, because our schedule is going to be a little wonky. But I hope a lot of you will be able to commit to it the best you can. Use your DRs, your diary rooms. They are your free therapy. So we're always there to help you and talk to you. Not help you with the game, but just your mental stability as this thing goes, because it gets very emotional and intense out there. So always know that you're going to have somebody in your corner in your DR. We also are public about our production fantasy teams, and it is because we want you to feel like you at least have one fan, even if everybody else is against you in the game. At some point, you still have that production member who's rooting for you because you're on their fantasy team. So you guys will find out who's on whose fantasy team next week, the day before we start up the game. As far as the DRs go, you're not obligated to do anything. There's no mandatory DRs. Just tell us what's going on in your game, because obviously we're your biggest fans. We want to know what's happening, and we want to see exactly how you're navigating it. So whether you like typing, whether you like recording voice messages for us, or whether you like recording videos for us, just keep us updated. And again, you don't have to. We just like to know what's going on because we're fans of all of yours, and we care about your game. Let's get into the twist. So this is going to be the longest part of the conversation. Try and make this as quick as possible. I'm sure you guys are still going to have a lot of questions, but I'm going to do this the best way I can. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate all of you because you have made the jury. That's right, biggest jury ever in this game, and we want all of you to have a say as you have paid to play this game. We're usually very open and honest about the kinds of things that happen throughout the game so that you can kind of prepare for them, so there won't be too many twists that you won't see coming. But I will say that there will be one buyback once the twist ends. And this is the first time we've ever told the cast that the twist is going on for 12 rounds. Once we have completed those 12 rounds, the twist will then end, and it'll be classic Big Brother from there on out. That means, 12 people will be competing in the one battle back that we will have in this game, so that our final 13 will then be playing just straight up classic Big Brother from there, with the normal head of households, the normal power of vetoes, and everything else that you know about the show. The Chosen is the theme of this season, and the way that The Chosen works, if you've never heard of it before, is just something that myself and some friends came up with, that we play at like meetups and things, and we're trying to turn that into an org eventually. Shout out to Dion Alexander, because it was originally his idea that I stole and made my own, but yeah, I always give him credit. It's a safety chain type of a game. In the regular Chosen that we play, there's a competition that decides who starts the chain, and then the chain goes all the way down to the bottom, where you save someone, you save someone, you save someone, and then the last, or the third to last person single-handedly decides who leaves. So that's how the regular Chosen works. Now we have adapted the Chosen to apply to the game of Big Brother, and this is the Chosen tree. So the best way to describe this, I'm going to send you guys a picture of this piece of paper too, so that you can look at it in the announcements and just kind of study it so things make sense. This is the best way for me to do this here. So in round one, we are going, in round one, we are going to be spinning a wheel to determine who the first safe choice is going to be. So if you're starting the chain, you are the safe choice, and you are safe from being nominated that entire round. So let's say the wheel lands on Adam. Adam chooses Victoria. Victoria chooses Chase. Curtis chooses Trisha, Ashley, Alex. As you can see, the fourth from the last here is what we call the tough choice, because this person single-handedly gives HOH to this person and decides their noms. So that may be very intense and confusing for some of you, but basically if you're that fourth to last person in line, you do not have any safety. You are giving head of household to someone and forcing noms upon them. So the HOH won't be making the classic nominations like what usually happens in Big Brother, until the twist ends, of course. So this is the intense social aspect of this experiment that I want to see who can survive past the 12 rounds. Let's see, where are we? So you have your nominees over here. It ended up being Noah and Dubs for this example. So we go over to POV, and now POV just operates on house guest choice. The head of household, Ronnie, chooses Alex to play. The nominee, Noah, chooses Curtis to play. Dubs, the nominee, chooses Ashley to play. Then there is a wheel of elimination. So this wheel, you don't want to see your name come up on for this, because Ashley is the first one eliminated. She eliminates Noah, Dubs, Ronnie then eliminates Curtis, which means Alex is the only person left. He is the power of veto winner. He can then use the power of veto to save one of these nominees, and then Ronnie will have to nominate someone in their place, or in this example, he left the nominees the same. We don't know the vote count, but whatever. Noah left, and now Dubs comes all the way back up to the top for the next round because he will then be the safe choice. So only in round 1 are we doing a wheel to determine who starts the chain, because after that, every survivor of the eviction will then be the safe choice to start the next round. And that means obviously they can't get HOH after just being on the block. However, they are safe for a whole round just from surviving the block. So there's a little bit of a benefit to maybe taking that risk and being a pawn sometimes if you want some super safety guarantee for the next round. So, I know it's a lot. It'll kind of get to the point where the game sort of runs itself. I will take you guys slowly through it. Basically, every night at 10 p.m. Eastern is when I will need your attention. So if you cannot make it, make sure someone can show up for you. You add them to the DR, you add them to your living room, add them to your DR, add them to the living room so that they can keep up and make any decisions for you if they're having to make choices and pick people for you and things like that. But basically, every aspect of this game is going to be a type of safety chain called the Chosen, right up until the twist ends. So that's pretty much where we're at. Once again, I'll put this little map in the announcements page for you. If you have any more questions after watching this video, feel free to ask. I hope I covered everything, but I'm sure there's still a lot of questions out there. So yeah, we wish everybody the best of luck. This is going to be a really, really crazy game, and every season I say that this is the best season ever, and every season I feel like I'm telling the truth because I feel like this is going to be the best season ever. The cast is amazing. One more shout out to Noah for doing such a great job, and I'm really looking forward to who can then be a part of the future of this game. So really, really do your best. If you're a social player, this is the game for you. If you're like a comp beast or whatever, you got to figure out a way to make it to the second half of the game where actual physical skill, trivia, puzzle competitions actually come into play, because you're not going to see that for 12 whole rounds. So, can you survive 12 evictions and make it to the classic portion of this game? I guess we will see. So, once again, best of luck to each and every one of you. We are here in your DRs if you need us. We love you all for being here, and we're going to take care of you along the way. So, all that other shit goes without saying, as far as, you know, no bullying, don't treat people like shit. If we have to step in and say something, I mean, you're really not going to get any warnings. It's just going to be like, you know, this is obviously wrong. We shouldn't have to talk about it. So behave, be nice to each other. We're all just big fans of this show that are just coming to play a fun game. And, oh, the last thing was we do have a strike system, so there is points in time where we're going to say you must do this by this time or you will receive a strike, always with voting. If you do not vote within the time frame you are given to vote, you will receive a strike. We'll be like pretty lenient on it, like the first round or two, like the first day or two of eliminating people, but we'll let you know when we're not going to be calling you looking for votes anymore and stuff like that, because after a couple days, you'll learn. I'm pretty sure that's it. So we'll see you guys out on the field. Once again, best of luck, and someone's going to win $250.